Hello, welcome back to my channel. Antoinette here. I have the unboxing from Kickstarter that I have been waiting for, and I was very fortunate because I purchased the obviously backed the deck on Kickstarter and purchased a few extra items. The creator offered a few of us who have YouTube channels, as we had backed the decks, to receive them super duper early ahead of everyone else so we could film them and give you a little preview of what's to come in the deck. So my backing, sorry, not this, take that out of the picture. So my backing was, so I backed the deck, this beautiful tarot cloth, and ordered a second pouch because for those who know about my love of all things that have come from the Serpent and Peacock creator, I had this pouch already with one of my previous decks and said that I wanted to buy another one. They're suede, so if you don't like suede, obviously it's not for you, but I happen to very much adore this, and I've ordered a blue one, and I have the 8 of Wands from the Serpent and Peacock deck in here, and the backing was for the Tarot of Paul's Moon, and this beautiful cotton Spreadcloth that you can see underneath. Let me just see if I can zoom out a second and excuse what you're about to see from a mess perspective. I think it's like that. Sorry. Nope, it won't let me. No, okay, so it won't allow me to zoom out. Ignore that then. I shall move it around quickly. So here we go. So the bottom of the cloth is here. So it's cotton and it's washable. And you have the main picture, and then you have the kind of frieze around the edges of all these images. I think it's just really cool. And then you come to the top, and again, you have the frieze that finishes it off around the edges, and it's just been hemmed, turned and hemmed. So, but isn't this just a beautiful kind of witchy, Halloweeny picture image here going on? So that's why I couldn't resist. And this is, again, they're very roomy, they're not lined, they've just got that lovely, if you like suede, they've just got a lovely feel to them. So it just smells beautiful. And then there's the 8 of Wands embroidery on there. That one wasn't available, I don't think, or I spotted it after I ordered the last one. So the links will be down below in description to order Spreadcloths. So I've put the link to her main website for Spreadcloths because there's more on there than is with each individual campaign kind of sales site. So if you want to peruse all of them, and I just spotted another Spreadcloth in there that I want. There's a 7 of Wands. It's amazing. I need that one. I need it in my life. So yeah, there's another Spreadcloth I need to get. But there's a new campaign coming up, so I think I'll be popping that Spreadcloth in with the next campaign that I back to go with this. And I've popped the tin in there for a second. I brought it out just to, as you know, do a couple of deck pairings in a minute. So let's get into it. So this is the Tarot of Paul's Moon. It comes in this box, so it's a very different type of production. And here is the image that set it all off. We've got spot gloss on there. There's lots of gold gilded touches. Here you have, so it's July 2024, so that's how hot off the press it is, because it's still only not even middle of August yet. And this one has been created in collaboration. So it is Carol Ann from the Libra Moon Astrology and Tarot, and we have Paul Warmby, who has helped her to find cards to go in the various decks for Serpent and Peacock. And then this one, I'm not 100% sure, but I think he might have found helped to locate most of the images. So it's a 2-part box this time instead of the magnetic boxes that we have come to recognise. So it's quite sturdy, and we have a book in there as well, as you can see. Now this was all wrapped in cellophane, so just had clear cellophane shrink wrap. I have taken that off just to save time in the video. And it comes with a book. So the book has been, so this technique is called debossing. So I don't know if you can actually get a good pick up on camera. So it says the Tarot of Paul's Moon, and we have this image debossed on the card. And it's nice art paper. So it's laid out pretty much in the same way as I believe all the other ones are, starting with Wands, Pentacles, Suits, and then we go into the Arcanas and Significators. So there are 2 Significators, and we have a bit in here about deck inspiration, and that is about here, I think. Yes, I did thumb through the book. So here is the inspiration for the deck, and it is this medieval church in Burndale, Deepdale, and there's this tower here, and inside, I think it's inside this building. Yes, so this image, so there's the moon, and that is one of the images that inspired the start of this deck. And it was one of the ones that was considered for the Tower of the Three Moons as well, or is it Learn by the Moon Tarot deck with the Serpent Peacock? I haven't brought that one out, sorry, that's why I'm fumbling over the name of it. So they decided, obviously, that there was enough churchy medieval pictures, and then the deck was born. So I'm so sorry about that noise. It's one of my neighbours. I have no idea what they're doing. I can't blank it out. So we have the Tower of Paul's Moon. So there we have some more images. And of course, here we have some of the decks that have been created by the lovely Carol Ann. And don't forget, so she has an app on Play Store. So if you go to the Google Play Store, it's not on Apple, because Apple's funny buggers about what they will and won't allow to go on there. I don't know why. So this one's available on Google Play Store. Type in Libra Moon and you'll get the like daily kind of app, and you can use that to get your daily cards, draws. I think most of the decks are being uploaded on there. I believe was the last time I heard an update about them from her. So you can select your deck that you want to use, and it will give you your kind of daily reading. And there you go. So Libra Moon Inc. 2024. So this is beautiful. I'm not 100% sure. I think this is leather as well, but it hasn't got anything on it. Aren't I terrible? I'm sure the website will have more information. So anything I've missed, it'll be on her website about the decks. So do look it up. So, haha. It's a limited edition. There's only 750 of these. I got number 2. I know who's got number 3, and I think number 1 must be with Mr. Bombi. I think. It would make sense, being his deck. So, and that's the back. So the certificate back is different to everything else. Now, without further ado, here we have the back. So you can see that the deck is slightly shiny. These are gold foil that we have on these, and there is gold foiling on these here as well. So on these bits of the card. So yes, it is a shinier stock. It is like it's the same stock as the first edition, or feels similar, slightly, maybe slightly different, but feels very similar to the first edition Serpent and Peacock. Just a bit bigger, a lot bigger. So for reference, if you have the first edition Serpent and Peacock, or the Learn by the Moon Tarot, it's that size, so it's bigger than that. And I believe it's bigger than, I'm talking of the 8 of Wands, there it is. So that's the one I put my deck on my bag. I believe it's also bigger than, 1 second. Okay, so I've just pulled out the art edition of the Serpent and Peacock, which is still a few left on the website. This is another 750 print run. So there's the size of that card compared to that one. And from what I believe, if I remember rightly, when Sharon did this, she said these were the same height. Yeah. So there's the 3 decks in comparison. So it's slightly taller and slightly wider. Okay. So the deck itself is quite thick. So it is large. Even that way up is quite wide. That way, I mean, it's handleable. It's probably like an oracle size, to be honest. But let's get into the cards, because that's what we're all here for, isn't it? So I think roughly into the centre. Let's bring you down. Now, I am aware, because I took a sneaky peek at somebody else's unboxing video, that there are extra cards in here. Now, I didn't pay attention. I was just, literally here, take my money. Take my money and give me the deck. But I'm now aware that there are a couple of doubles in here. So you're going to probably watch me curate my deck as I go as well. So starting with the Ace of Wands. So it's really, this kind of artwork has been in favour with me for definitely the last 12 plus months. It's probably apparent in some of the decks that I have been showing as well. The Brock Tarot, to name one of them. Yeah, there we go. So we've got 2 7 of Wands. This is one that's staying in my deck, and this is the one that I've just spotted the new Spreadcloth of. And oh yes, I need that one. So 8 of Wands, kind of Pegasus. And yeah, I did hear there were 2 9 of Wands. Either way, one's eating somebody and the other one's either eating or carrying them away to eat. Not quite sure. Which 9 of Wands do I prefer? Hard to tell, isn't it? Because they've obviously gone to water to remain defensive because there's somebody else over there. Are they being eaten or carried away as well? So being in the water, you know, unless they go to water to get away from bees and things. Like, so is that the water because that's the safety point? Maybe this one. Is that 10? Has that St. Christopher's imagery to it? Page. Queen and King. She's got a long tongue. It's really cool images. I like this 10 of Pentacles. I think in the Facebook group I did actually comment on this one as well. It's got that real like achievement status to it, hasn't it? Like your shop, the hats, I'm assuming the hats, like hats hanging outside, that sort of achievement feeling, and it's community as well there. Queen and King. Ace, so that's the one similar to this one. Love her dress. 3, 4, look at this, with all the skulls and the different crowns. 5. Like he's being roasted, isn't he? 9. So that is one of the images in the Serpent and Peacock art edition. I recognise that, but I can't tell you which card it was on. 10 of Swords. That's a good way of overcoming your demons, isn't it? Oh, 2 Knight of Swords. Forgot about these 2. So we've got one on the horse and one using it to cross the water. Might keep this one for a minute because the colours, I love the colours. Yeah, just move those a second. Queen and King. Ace of Cups, very similar, but not the same. That's Marjorie telling the neighbours off for upsetting her. So as I said, the Beasts deck is coming out soon, and there are a couple of beasties in here, but slightly different to, I think, what's going to be in that deck. And I will show some at the end. I've got some images I've lifted from the Facebook group, so I will pop them in the end so you get a little sneak peek at some of the beasts. I think Paul has a prototype for that deck in the group, and he has been doing some daily pulls with this deck and the Beast deck, and they do go beautifully together. Looks like they're the same size, so this will be the same size then as that Oracle when it comes out. So we're on to our majors. We have our Fool and Magician. High Priestess. Love her face. It's kind of got that, not what I signed up to. Here's our Empress. Little devils floating around. Our Emperor. So as the deck is coming down, it's making it harder to pick up. And Lovers. Strength. Love this Hermit. Depending on how you look at it, in the background there, they're either little alien ships flying off, or helmets, or that's a blackboard or background with images on it, isn't it? Just really depends what your take is, which I suppose when you sit and look and think about it, it also gives you that hermit feel, doesn't it? So Wheel of Fortune. Justice. Hanged Man. Death card, so that's the cloth that I showed you. I think there's another one. Oh, we have this Death. Okay. And we have this Death. So, to die or not to die? That one. Although I'm quite taken with that one as well. It's the surround that I like more than the center image. It is this. If the whole card was just this, I'd probably pick this card. Okay, so we have our Death card. What a scary looking devil. Tower. Star. Love that star. Just the colours, the regal kind of feel. Here we have the Moon for Paul. The card that started it all, I believe. The Sun. I love that coming up in the background. There's Judgment. Oh, two Judgments. This one. The World. It's also got like a wands feel to it, isn't it? That World card. But then when you look on closer inspection, it's like we've got kind of angel's wings, and then we've got devil's wings. So you could turn that into like, yeah, I suppose you could. It could be a good wheel card as well, couldn't it? Light half of the year, dark half of the year, equally with the world. Same thing, isn't it? Turning a new chapter. And then there's two significators in this. I didn't realise. So we have this one, which so you've got two to represent, I suppose, however you feel you wish to be represented in the deck. If you're a significator person or a signifier, I never know which to call them. Significator, signifier, you know. Well, there's this one. Now, this is how good my eyesight is. What I didn't recognise was what was under the armpits, and I just saw the bottom. And this is what we would call a moon. In fact, this would be a full moon in England. I don't know about the rest of the world. So when I first saw this, I just saw Paul's moon. Oh God, I'm sorry, Paul. I've actually just said that on video, haven't I? Anyway, so I saw a moon. Right, so after much faux pieing, here we go, here's some pairs. I've got a few decks to play with. I tried to pull some things that you may or may not have seen and something different and something you might have. So here's Serpent and Peacock first edition, so any Serpent and Peacock deck could sit here in this bracket. I've just pulled it because it's a general standard deck compared to the size of these. So if you like to read different tarots for different things, then you could have your decks split this way. But I hope you can see just, also the difference in the deck between the two. So we would expect those to go beautifully together anyway, but there is a slight difference, as you can see, within what you're looking at. Right, let's see what we've got next. Okay, again, it'd be rude not to. So here we have the Mood of the Moon Oracle from same creator. So this is the oracle with 4 sides. This is the one that the app was related to be based along. So you have your elements on the edges, and then you can just, depending on what sign the moon is in, you can then use the element to match. Sorry, since we lost Max, Marjorie's a bit lost and she's very noisy everywhere she goes. Bless her, she wants to come join in. So the way I use it is I shuffle the deck, and wherever the card lands, because they kind of turn as I'm shuffling, I use the word that sits at the top for the most part. So it is another perfect deck to match from a depiction perspective, as you can see, but it's just a little bit smaller. Perfect kind of hand shuffling size, this one. And it's on a different cardstock as well. So this one's on linen cardstock, and it has holographic foiling that doesn't pick up on camera, I've noticed, which is really annoying. And the edges are holographic foil. You can see there's holographic foil stamped on these as well. So that's that one. So as I had the deck to hand anyway, here is the art edition Serpent and the Peacock, so you can just see it against each other with the size differences. Again, if you like to layer up your tarot, you could actually, if you happen to be like me and have various types of this deck in different sizes and the different evolutions of it, you could give each deck the meaning, and then you've got a full set of tarot to pull for your answers for each one. Which is something that's quite good to do if you're a tarot layer upper. But again, so your different images. This has slightly, each version of the Serpent and Peacock had a slightly different set of, so some had different cards inside that you could change. So there's a different nuance for me, I think, with each of my Serpent and Peacock decks. There's a slight difference with what is in them. So that's the art edition. So I'll do one more tarot to layer out, then we'll move to the oracles again. So this is the William Blake by Ed Byrne mass market edition. I think it's just the way it's drawn really that made me want to sit this deck next to these. I think they have this is slightly more, I suppose, bright with sharper lines to these ones. But I think they kind of work, right? It's not too far off each other. Again, I just wanted to show like a kind of different feeling within the tarot decks, layering up something different. So that's the William Blake. Let's go to the oracles. I have a few of those now, just on top of the ones I've just shown. So this one I'm interested in. This is the Vintage Wisdom Oracle Mass Market by Victoria Moseley. This is a really good deck if you like vintage kind of imagery. However, it is photographic with some kind of colouring to it, so it might be a bit too modern in taste for these. And I have cut this down to size, so it comes bigger than this. Yeah, the word purity kind of works quite well there, doesn't it? Grace, King of Pentacles. These two are playing off each other. I just love that card. What a find. Strength with Innocence and 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, granted, imagery-wise, I can see that, but from a words message perspective, I think the words were working well in that deck. I have one, again, it might be a little bit too modern, but let's see. This is my Rose Oracle that I got from an indie creator on Etsy. So we'll just see how this one fits in. Again, this is that kind of vintage photo-y art style, which I suddenly started to really love, with the infusion of like colour being, injected into it. But we'll see how it comes out. I mean, I think, although it's quite high kind of magenta pinks and things, I think it looks like it's working. I mean, what do you think? What are you thinking about this one? I mean, I think they work quite well. Obviously, we're going with the keywords for the most part. There is no guidebook for this one. Yeah. I can see that one working for me anyway. But I can see it might not work for everyone. Next. Right, I kind of have high hopes for this one, so we'll see. It goes with the other Serpent and Peacock decks. It's the Enchanted Spell Oracle from Priestess Moon. It's a mass market Rockpool Publishing deck. So you have your keywords with these. So what should we start here? The Emperor Strength with the World. The Empress with Clarity and 3 of Cups. What are you thinking from an art style perspective? Bit too clean compared to these? I think the Mood of the Moon Oracle deck, the small Oracle deck that comes from the Serpent and Peacock, at this point might be my favourite of them, and maybe the William Blake Tarot. But those are hard choices. King of Swords, Integrity, 9 of Wands. Okay. Let's see. Her Deadly Apothecary deck will probably look good with this as well. So I have no doubt this one was going to go. This is the first edition of the Zama Oracle Twins. Third edition is now out on Patrick Valence's website at deviantmoon.com. And I know Sharon put these two together, so I'm already aware. It's one that I always put together with decks that look like this. So I was already aware it looks good on the page. The Medieval Tarot would probably also work with this, and there's a couple of others that Paul Wamby has that he shows in the Facebook group occasionally. That would be good. Layla with our 2 of Swords. Yep, I like you. I think I've got one more to go. Okay, I just wanted to try a more realistic picture collage deck. This is from Amazon. It's a mass market. It's the Career and Life Oracle deck. So I just wanted to see how this goes. More because it had that edging. I suppose it's this edging that brought me to this conclusion. So with our 6 of Swords, Money Matters, and Wheel of Fortune. So the message being, money matters a lot now. Watch your expenses. Save up for the future. You need to be prepared for the unexpected. The message there works, right? So being taken away from something, moving towards something. You're saving up for it in order to do what you need to do with the Wheel of Fortune as your fortune spins. I can see that. 6 of Pentacles on the table. Time to put your demands on the table and get serious about what you want. Ask for the raise, a promotion, or a step up with our 7 of Pentacles, working hard towards to get it. Well, they do work, don't they? Granted, the picture, maybe not, but the message. 8 of Swords, cutting ties with our Ace of Pentacles. You may need to leave your current position. There we go, popping into the mouth of fire. Out of the frying pan into the fire. Ending a job doesn't mean burning bridges to go with grace. It doesn't mean burning bridges, so go with grace. And then you've got your Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings. They're quite spooky, actually. This is a new deck in my collection. I haven't worked with it yet. And I'm surprised at how well it's working with this. So here we have Justice, great match, 10 of Cups. So on the verge of finding the perfect work for you, don't give up. You may need to grow your own business to be truly happy. Weighing up the head and heart to be truly happy, to get you your 10 of Cups. One more, because I'm liking this one. I am liking it. 7 of Cups with movement and Knight of Pentacles. You'll make good progress now, and you'll be able to overcome any obstacles in your path. Big leaps forward are possible. From our 7 of Cups, so once you've been woken up by the trumpeter, of course, in the image to move forwards. And we've got the 2 horses, so there is some synchronicities. Okay, what are you thinking? Have you ordered this deck, and are you one of the ones that are actually waiting to get your as I refer to myself, your sweaty grubby mitts on it? I hope this has helped you wet your whistle and maybe even started to work out what decks you might want to pair with it. But from a deck perspective, I think it's been very, very well executed. I don't think that they could have asked for a better production on this one, to be fair. I think it's been done beautifully. And I'd like to congratulate Carol and Paul on this collaboration and the ones that they've had in the past. I mean, they've done some phenomenal feats with the decks that's gone out. And as I've said, if you haven't already gone to the website and downloaded her app, then I do recommend that you do that in order to see a little bit more and interact with these decks. I think you'll probably gain quite a bit from that. You'll enjoy the experience. So until the next one, thank you for sticking with me through this little unboxing and working through creating my deck, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.